The Flash has one of the largest rogue galleries in the DC universe, which is why I'm so confused as to why they keep making one-shot villains into major villains on the Flash show. Regardless, Bloodwork is a really cool villain, not because of his powers or his time fighting the Flash, but because he attacks the Flash during a weird point in the Flash's life. Flash comes back from the future where Iris has killed the Reverse Flash, and now he's powered up by the negative Speed Force, which is proving a little bit tricky for the Flash to master. And saying master is being generous. The man is failing to use the negative Speed Force. But this isn't a video about the Flash not being able to hang with the Reverse Flash's powers. This is about Ramsey Rosso, aka Bloodwork. I really hope there's at least one Dead Man Wonderland reference in this season. It seems like a waste not to do that. Ramsey was born a hemophiliac, which means that his blood does not clot because it doesn't have the necessary proteins. If you're a fan of Legends of Tomorrow, then you know that Nate used to have this same problem before he low-key stole Ray Palmer's super formula. You know that's what happened. Being weak and vulnerable forced Ramsey to find a way to make himself stronger instead of living a fearful life. Because he had access to a bunch of different metahuman blood samples as the coroner for CCPD, he was able to experiment with their blood and mix it with his own blood, which is always a great idea. Eventually, making him strong enough to avoid ever being hurt and giving him the added bonus of blood-related metahuman powers. Which is why, again, Dead Man Wonderland reference, please. Because Ramsey has such a short run, his history is also the only showcase of his powers. As I said, Ramsey started experimenting with metahuman blood samples, and that didn't go unnoticed. Some people realize that they went missing, and when Barry tries to investigate, he finds a bunch of guards bleeding out of their faces, passed out, and then a fire breaks out. Even with his powers, Barry ends up blacking out as well from Ramsey's powers. It doesn't take long for Barry to put together that the only person with access to those blood samples after being in lockup is Ramsey. And when he goes to confront him, Ramsey starts boiling the Flash's blood. All of his experiments made Ramsey invulnerable and gave him the ability to control people's blood. The Flash has one of the strongest powers in the DC universe, the Speed Force. And still, Ramsey had the Flash on his knees and didn't even have to sweet talk him. Then there's Ramsey just bodying the Flash's Black Lightning attack, and a second attack that he put all of his power into. The thing you never want to let Ramsey do is get his heart pumping. When his heart starts pumping the blood throughout his body, he starts to grow in power, and his blood can form a protective shell around him. The blood can also start to grow and spread outside of his body, attacking the streets, the citizens, and does not seem to have a set limit. The angrier the Flash made Ramsey, the more out of control his powers got. The Flash could destroy a couple of blood tendrils, but they would regrow harder, better, faster, some would say stronger, and then he would continue to evolve into some kind of blood monster. The only reason Bloodwork lost is because he listened to the Flash give one of his speeches, and his heart rate started to slow down, which gave the Flash the chance to surprise attack Ramsey and wreck him with some of that good old negative Speed Force lightning. The funny thing is that Ramsey almost walks because they can't actually prove he's Bloodwork. He pretends that he was just a pedestrian that was caught in the Flash's fight. But luckily, one of Barry's co-workers is able to connect Ramsey to all of the missing samples and the fire from earlier. In total, Bloodwork is only in 3 issues of The Flash, and is now just roaming around doing villain stuff that we haven't seen. Now, Ramsey's being played by Sendil Ramamurthy, who has much experience being on hero shows with the show Heroes, and being a villain during his time on Beauty and the Beast. Seriously though, if there is not one Dead Man Wonderland reference, I will lose my flippin' mind. But let me know what you guys think about the new villain Bloodwork. Do you think Season 6 is going to make up for Season 3? And honestly, part of last season, Shakeda was not awesome. I'm sorry. Let me know all the stuff you guys think about it in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys want to see next. And I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.